Hello and welcome in. His first impression of you versus how he sees you now. Welcome into this reading. I am Mia from Spiritual Society. I can't wait to dig in. I can't wait to get started. Pull up a seat, grab your notebook for intuitive hits. If you found this video, if you're watching this video, if you clicked on this video is meant for you. Let's begin. Okay, so getting started, I'm starting in my black deck, which is a pretty masculine deck. It has some masculine energy flowing through it. So I'm going to pick a few cards from here to get us started with his first impressions of you. So we're just putting that intention into the cards, and I'm going to let my energy guide me as I pull some cards. And I am just pulling randomly in the deck, not seeing, so I might do some weird things here, hopefully not. Okay, so I'm starting with 4 cards for his first impression of you. So, I have the 4 of Wands, I have the Hangman, I have the 8 of Cups reversed, and I have the 6 of Pentacles. So his first impressions of you, this is what this is telling me. That first of all, the very first card that I pulled for his first impression of you is the 4 of Wands, which we sometimes call the 11-11 card. 2 wands, 2 wands. This is a very propitious card. It's telling me that he immediately, his first impression of you is that you could be it. That there was something inside of you that just lit him up. This is getting into fire energy, but there is something that's almost wedding vibes in this card. 2 people who are celebrating something together. It's joyful, it's celebratory, it's party energy, it's happy. There is something that was so excited in him to meet you, something so excited about your presence, about you being near, about you being around, something so physically attracted. We have that fire energy, something that revved his engine and made him want to like move forward, go after, go get, and something that said this could be something bigger. This could be something bigger than what it is right at this moment. This could be huge. Okay, then the Hangman comes up next. So this is telling me that he also sees you as someone who is intuitive. This does get into intuition, but also someone who has their entirely own point of view. You're not following the crowd. You are not bending to society's will. You are not just doing what everyone else does. You're your own person. You see things your own way. You have your own opinions. You can hang back from what other people are doing and make your own choices and your own decisions. That you're not just a follower, you're a thought leader, and you also decide really what it is you want to do, where you want to go, who you want to follow, what it is that you want to participate in. There's no rush to jump onto any train, any social train that you might feel like you have to. And you're okay and you're patient in a way of waiting for the right thing to show up for you. Then we have the 8 of Cups reversed. So this is telling me that he's also seeing that you might not have moved on from something that had a lot of heart space for you. And again, this is a first impression, so this doesn't mean that's necessarily true. It's just through the eyes of this person. So, looking at this as like this is what he was gleaning from what he was seeing or feeling in you. That there was something that was on hold for you. That there was something that you still held heart space for that you weren't letting go of. And that could just have been an energetic feeling that he was getting off of you. It could have been through hints of words. We also have the 6 of Pentacles, which is another beautiful card to see because it's telling me that he sees this beautiful dynamic of giving and taking with you. That one of his first impressions of you is also that you're very generous and you're also able to receive, that there's an easy give and take with you, that you have a natural balance to your energy and a balance to your communication, but that you're also a generous human being. Generosity shows up in so many different ways, not just financial ways. It shows up in your ability to say kind things, your ability to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, your ability to look at people in a non-judgmental way. All of those things are very generous, that there's a generous piece to who you are that he is seeing and that he saw right away. Now, I do want to move in. I'm moving into my blue deck. Oh, isn't it beautiful? This gorgeous blue deck, which is new to me, new to my family, my deck family, which I'm so excited to be using with you today. It's only been around for a little tiny piece of time, so it's still really brand new, and but has been set, has been the energetics have stuff has work has already gone on, and it's prepped and ready to go. And actually, it's really like pre-shuffled, but I want to go ahead and shuffle in with this intention of looking at how he sees you now. So now I'm really setting that intention in as I pick out the cards for this. So how he sees you now. And let's see how he sees you now. I kind of sometimes am trying to show me pulling cards, but it does get tricky. So I'm not going to hold myself to that. But if you do want to see me pulling the cards, we have lots of lovely hand videos where you can see that very clearly. So I pulled 4 cards again for this. Actually didn't really mean to make that so equal and even, but I did. So that's where we are with these. So the first thing we have is we have the Page of Cups reversed. Then we also have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Then we have 2 upright cards. Oh, hey, we have the 10 of Cups. And oh, hey, we have the 6 of Pentacles upright. Remember, our 4th pull from the very first impression was the 6 of Pentacles. The very last pull, the 4th pull, is the 6 of Pentacles. Fours are a very stable number. I do want you to look for 4s. The very first card we pulled was the 4 of Wands. I do want you to look for 4s, 4, just in your life as you go through this week, because I feel like that could be an important number for you this week, right now in this moment, and also with this person as it pertains to this person. Okay, so the 2 reversed cards that I pulled are the Page of Cups reversed, and then I pulled the 3 of Pentacles reversed. So I am seeing we're talking about how he's seeing you now, that he might see that you're withholding some sort of emotional communication. Our pages are these wonderful youthful messenger cards delivering messages, and the cups get into heart space, feeling space, emotional space. So this is really telling me that he might feel like you're holding back some part of your emotions, and that could be bad or that could be good, that you're not saying something that's good that you feel, or that you're not saying something that's bad that you feel. And you probably know which way that goes, and you probably know what you are withholding, what you haven't been saying. And even if this is somebody who is not in your world right now, this is still something that is part of the energy that has been imprinted, the energy that has been left behind. So there's still something unsaid, still something they didn't feel, they didn't get clarity on, they didn't understand. But that also felt like you were withholding. And if this is somebody in your life right now they're feeling like they're having a withholding from you, that you're withholding vital, emotional, feeling information from them. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles reversed, which is pretty interesting. This makes me feel like this person now sees you as someone who is not planning on maybe building something, creating, that there's this is an architectural building card. Now, I love that when we get into human beings, we have all these juxtaposing feelings where one thing can feel like, oh, you don't want to spend your life with me. You're not planning out our future together. I don't feel like you're planning on being with me, or I don't feel like you're growing what you value, that you're, planning out what you value as it pertains to me. And then we have the 10 of Cups right after that. So the other juxtaposing feeling to this is that on one side, they feel like you don't want to plan and grow something with them. And then on the other hand, that you do have the ability to step into this fully, that there is this part of you that could be that could be everything to them, where they feel like, oh, you could be this person who opens themselves up to have everything with me, that they might feel like you're not doing it, that you don't you're not actually taking the steps to be that person for them, but that you could be on offer to have everything, that there's this possibility with you. The 10 of Cups is a transitional card, so the 10s always are. It's the ending of something, the beginning of something new, but also the cups get into that heart space, that feeling and emotional space. This is like, I mean, I call this the happy ever after card sometimes. It feels like that. All the feelings and emotions coming in. It feels like home. It feels like family. It feels like happiness. It feels like togetherness. It feels like fun, playfulness, being together. There's something so beautiful about this card. And I feel like, he feels the potential of everything that you could have together. And then once again, we've pulled the Six of Pentacles. So that first impression really hasn't changed at all. He really does feel like you are just as generous as how he originally spotted you. That way of the giving and the receiving, the ability for you to be in a space where you are so generous with all of the people around you, but also with him in particular. That you're so giving, that you are so loving, that you are so, this feeling of all the extras that you do, coming into a space of, not judging, giving the benefit of the doubt, being willing to be the first person to throw a life raft, to be willing to be the first person to really go the distance, to even be willing to give more than you get back in return. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay. So the next question that I really want to ask, really the next question I want to look into is to look into your energy. How do you feel about this person? And this isn't really, I don't necessarily want to ask exactly what you feel about this person, but I do want to know what you need to know about your energy around this person. So I do want it to relate back to this person. I want to ask another question about you and your energy after this. And I'm feeling 3 cards for this pull. So I'm feeling 3 cards in your energy. And this is in order of how I pulled them. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have the Two of Wands, hey Wands energy. And we have the Two of Swords reversed. 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords reversed. So 2 twos back to back. So the first thing that I'm seeing for you, what you need to know about you with this person, is that there does feel like there's something for you where you're not able to be your best self with this person. And that could be a mental block on your end. That could be something that you're feeling like this person's not letting you be your best self. But there's a part of you that's dimming down because, and not landing in your seat of power around this person, because that's what we're asking about, your energy as it pertains to this person. What we need to know. And this is fiery energy, like I said, the wands get into that fire energy. They get into growth. They get into feeling confident. They get into drive, purpose, passion, your career moving forward, your feelings of, like having a reason to be alive, feeling alive, moving forward in the direction of your dreams, but also being really optimistic, feeling like everything is sunshine, the glass is half full, your intuition is turned on, and you really are moving in a way where it's like, hey, no obstacles getting in the way here, no obstacles getting in the way today. And that energy is turned over. So there is a piece of you that's not landing fully in her fullest space, where you can take up the space that you need to take up, where you can go after what it is you really want in this life. You can let yourself feel all the fire, feel all the motivation, all the drive, all the movement, all the optimism, all the goodness. So there's something that's a little turned off for you, and I mean that like as a switch, not really as a like you're turned off by this person, but something within you that is not switched on in your life as it pertains to this person's energy. And then we have the Two of Wands and we have the Two of Swords reversed. So with these 2 twos, I'm seeing a piece of you that feels a little detached. Gets into traveling. There's a part of you that maybe wants to, move away from this, which is so interesting. You're doing this reading, you're listening to this reading on this person, and there's a part of you that's still a little removed. So, be curious about this. If it doesn't land or resonate with you, let it just flow over you. And remember, this is a group reading, but I do want you to be curious about it, even if it doesn't land. Just think, is there a part of me that is out of this relationship, or even if it's not a relationship, situationship, that's not fully committed here or that fully interested, or if this is something from the past, is there a part of me that left first, that started moving away first? maybe because you felt like you couldn't be in your fullest seat of power. And, sometimes all of these subconscious things start happening. When we're unable to fully feel like we can be ourselves, sometimes we'll, as self-preservation, sabotage what we need to sabotage in order to reclaim ourselves. Even if we didn't have to do that, even if you could have just, no matter what, I'm going to be my fiercest, most powerful self and see what happens, see where the chips land, and just do it anyway. And because sometimes those are self-imposed things where we're like, oh, I get this feeling like I can't be my fullest self. These little like energetic waves keep hitting me that, oh, I can't outshine this person, or I can't be, because they might be a little more pragmatic, I can't be fully optimistic. I feel like that's being dimmed down, but to just go ahead and be a rebel and do it anyway. So this is telling me there might be a part of you that's actually sort of outside of this, that left, sort of like in a space of like mental leaving, of like, oh, what would life be like on the other side of that if I just started something new somewhere else, if I traveled out of this. And then the next thing we have is the Two of Swords reversed. So this is telling me that, what I'm really feeling from this, the Two of Swords gets into a place where, hey, decisions need to be made, things need to happen, and sometimes this could be a stalled space. What I'm really seeing from this right here is that there might be a part of you that's just really completely not willing to make a decision, to even recognize that there is a decision to be made regarding this, that you don't even realize that you have to either go all in or go out, that you have to make a choice. There might be a part of you that's not even willing to look at the choices in front of you at all, to recognize that there are two paths to walk down now, that forward movement is necessary. There is something that needs to be done, and that your mind might just not be picking up on that or resistant to that idea at all. Perhaps because it's so hard and so difficult to make a choice, and then understanding that if you don't make a choice, that a choice will be made for you by outside circumstances, and that choice will be taken out of your hands. So, okay. Okay, now I do want to pull a few more cards just for your heart space. Just for your heart space. Anything that we need to know just about your heart space. So let's see what we have. So there's one. There is two. Oh, you know what? Three is coming along for the ride. And I'm putting the one down first and the second down third, because that's the actual order I pulled them, and that's what we have. Aha, we have the Justice card. We have the World. This is what I'm getting for your heart space. The Six of Wands. Ooh, that Wands energy is so fierce in you. I love the Wands energy. I really do. It is that like, ooh, I feel alive. Things are burning up. Things are incinerating. I'm moving forward. I'm filled with purpose. I've got a lot of drive and motivation in my life. And you might not be feeling any of that. You might be feeling that like, ooh, there's like water got dumped on my fire. Like it's hard to relight this again. It's hard to get going again. I got to wait for things to dry out a little bit before I can spark that, get that spark going again and get the fire burning again. And that's okay if that's where you are. But it's definitely that energy is just tossing around inside of you. So it's around you somewhere, even if it's not lit up right now. Now with the Justice card, I'm just asking about you with love in your heart space. You might be dealing with something in your heart space that feels really unfair. And this could be something from a long past love. This could be having to do with this person. We're not really specifically asking about this person in this poll. So this could be about anyone. And I do want you to think, if you're living with some feeling like that was so unfair, that didn't come around the way that it needed to come around, like you're still waiting for karmic justice to do her job. And I want you to think about that. If there might be something lingering in your energy, which can be problematic, that can act as a block for you moving forward in love, because we don't always get we can trust that there's karmic, full circleness, but we don't always get to see it. And that's a tricky thing, to have to just live with it in your energy field. So that's kind of just popping up in your energy field around love right now. The next thing we have is the world. So this card is telling me that this is also a transitional card, the ending of something, the beginning of something new. Our dancer, our lovely dancer, dancing all the way through it all. And I'm really feeling like the cards are coming in to say, hey, you have a new opportunity to step into a whole new chapter of your life if you're ready. And it will be fun and you can be playful. And also, you can just commit that no matter what happens in my life, like right now, I'm gonna enjoy being alive. I'm going to enjoy living each moment. I'm going to enjoy where I am and I'm going to be playful all the way through it. That this could be a transition into a happier space and a better time and a more optimistic mindset moving forward, period. And that does tend to magnetize things to us, but I don't know that we can always do it for the sake of, oh, I'm going to do it so I can magnetize things. Sometimes we have to do it just because, hey, this is where I'm meant to live. I am meant to live in a space where I'm committed to feeling good, to my expansiveness, to bringing in everything that I want for myself, to letting myself walk the road that I want to walk every day and notice the flowers that I want to notice every day, and to really enjoy the process, which is very defined feminine energy, to enjoy the process of living, of just enjoying this life that we get to live. And then we have the Six of Wands. And I love seeing this for you. Once again, my Wands energy. This is a very winning card. So this showing up in your love energy, I'm really feeling this as like confidence, that you do have an underlying confidence. You have been through some things that have brought you out on another side that leave you as a more confident person, a more confident version of yourself. You have an understanding of what you are capable of. You also have an understanding of what you bring to the table, of who you really are, and how deep your love goes, how much fire you bring in, that you have, there is something spicy hot within you. The kind of passion that can flow through your veins. You understand the depth of what you can bring in. And because of that, you come out on the other side as this sort of champion of confidence, that you understand what you own, the prize that you are, the precious thing that you are, the precious person and the precious gift that you are. And there is also a sense that you do have this energy that is attracting others to you and attracting eyes and gaze towards you. It's people seeing you, their eyeballs on you. That there is a sense that things are moving towards you and that people do see you in this champion sort of way. That you are like in this heart space. That there's something about your love energy that is very magnetic and very expansive, and that feels really good to be in the presence of, and very awe-inspiring. I want to go to our blue deck for you. So I know I pulled from the blue deck, but around this person, what they're thinking and feeling for you now. But I really want to pull for you from it just to see if there are any messages, because it's such a beautiful deck and I'm so excited to get to play with it even more. So let's see what we have. I'm just gonna pull 3 cards just any little messages that are coming in for you about your heart space, messages that are coming in for you about love, anything that we need to know. Yes, and I'm pulling, there we are, those 3 cards, and this was the order that I pulled them in, so we're perfect. Oh, hi. Oh, we have the Empress. Oh, we have another 10. We have the 10 of Wands. The last 10 we pulled was in this beautiful blue deck. We pulled the 10 of Cups, of how he sees you now. So we're pulling our second 10, and we have the Hanged Man, which was the second card that we pulled for you in his first impressions of you. That we pulled, I guess, in his energy of his first impressions of you. So our messages coming in from the cards for you are that, hey, oh, this is the moment. This is the moment to sit into your divine feminine energy, that energy we were just talking about with the world, of really being here, being alive. That feminine energy is creation energy. So what I would suggest to you is if there's something creative that you have not been doing for yourself, I think this also gets into your Queen of Wands energy. I pick it back up. If you love to paint, but you haven't painted in 10 years, go get some paints. If you love to do creative writing or morning pages, or, it's time to start that again. This is your sign. If you used to write poetry, but you don't write poetry anymore, it's time to pick up your pen and do some and light some candles, turn some music on, and write some poetry. Whatever creative investments where you are in a creation, something was not there and now it is there. Or something you've wanted to try but haven't tried. Sculpting, I think that would be so cool. Pottery, anything that you're like, I would really love to try this thing. Knitting, crocheting, anything creative and that makes something new in this world. Now is the time, because I really want you to step into this divine feminine energy. This the cards are calling out for you. That really stepping into this, it's just so exciting to get to participate in life, that I get to move through and choose what I'm doing and see the flowers and smell the garden and be in the moment and be in this space where I am truly just really letting myself be alive. The Ten of Wands is coming in to say, hey, no matter what, things are going to turn out okay here. Not only that, but there is a chance for you right now. This is, again, a card of completion, the ending of something, the beginning of something new. Relates back to the world as well. It's a big theme that's going on in your reading today. That ending of something, beginning of something new, that this is a moment for a transition for you. This is a moment for something to really come to a completion and for you to start in a whole new trajectory. You can start in a whole new direction in your life if that's what you want. If you wanted to start a new business, if you wanted to be passionate about something completely new in your life, if you wanted to be so passionate about yourself, about self-love and self-care, anything really getting into purpose, area. We're in that wands area. So anything that lights you up and makes you excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I've always wanted to, I can move in this direction now. This also tells us that there's good reason for you to be confident, because falling into this confidence energy, you really have come from a space where you have done it already. You've already done really hard things, and you are going to continue to be able to do really hard things that are like, oh wow, other people like that seems impossible, but you can see it home. You can walk it all the way in. You can make it happen. And then we have the Hanged Man. So this card is saying that first impression that this guy had of you, of being your own self, being your own perspective, having your own identity where you really took things in. The interesting thing is this Queen of Wands reversed feels a little bit, I can barely get it. Feels almost like, that a little bit of taking that back, that when he first met you, perhaps you were sitting into your fullest energy where you're like, I don't have to do what other people do. I don't have to put on a mask for you. I don't need to be who you want me to be. I don't feel any compulsion to be anything but myself. It might have been a part of you that got a little lost somewhere after that. And this card is saying, sit back into that energy of just really being who you are. You don't have to move too fast to catch up with other people. You don't have to, you can take your time and let yourself decide. If you're not ready to decide, so you don't decide right now. You wait until you are ready. You don't have to let anybody else influence you. That you really do stand strong in who you are, your own perspective, but also your own intuition. Remember, this is a very intuitive card that gets into like psychic knowing as well. Letting yourself just really lean back and sit back into that energy. I would like to ask about the future potential of the two of you. Since we are looking at his energy, we are looking at your energy, I would just like to know what could potentially happen between the two of you if you moved this forward. This is somebody from the past and somebody that you reconnect with, or if this is somebody in your present right now and you want to move it forward, what does that look like? Is there a future here? Is there something coming through that feels like, oh yeah, good energy? So let's see what we have. Now I am in my old trusty deck. I love this deck. This deck, she says it like it is. Okay, so that was one card. I'm feeling this card and no, I feel like two cards. Okay. And this is the direction that I pulled them. So we're looking at the two of you. Justice pops up again, and the King of Wands pops up. I do think we have to pull a couple more cards about this. I don't think we need to pull them from our old trusty deck. I think we might need to move into our gold deck. The Justice card popping back up here, which is what popped up in your energy for the like karmic things coming full circle, that something felt really unfair. So this is so interesting. Is this thing that you feel that is really unfair, is it stemming from this person? That this person did something to you? That this person, it feels like there was some situation or an argument or a talk or maybe something that made you feel like you had to be in a space where you were not fully who you are, where you are not allowed to be the fullest expression of yourself, which is an awful feeling. And that does feel extraordinarily unfair. It feels awful. And oof, oof. So there is something coming in here that's telling me for this to move forward, there is a block here with this feeling that this can't really become something bigger. It will be sort of wedged in there. It'll be stopped and keep things from really prospering, really growing, really blooming in any real way. So that feels a little dangerous. And then we have the King of Wands. So this to me feels like, okay, I have two things to say. On the one hand, it feels like if you move forward here, he has the potential to land fully in his seat of power, which to me says you might be able to make him a better version of himself by virtue of how giving you are. That's come up twice. That you are such a giver, you are so generous, that you might lift him into a new space where he is like, wow, really in himself. But it could possibly come at the expense of you not being able to be fully in yourself. And that again brings out even more of that this is unfair. It does not feel even, it does not feel equal. The other thing that it says to me is that it is also possible for him to land into a better space where he has not been the strongest version of himself, perhaps, and can grow into this incredible human that, because of who he can grow into, can then be somebody that actually is feeding you, is able to be a good match to you. So this really gives me a big question mark. This really gives me a big question mark about how good this could be for you or not. You may want to do a deeper reading. You may want to, dig in and get some more information. Like, really go down the path of what does it look like if, what does that look like? What does it end up like? I want to look into our white clarity deck for you because this does feel a little bit tricky. So I just want to ask Source any information about moving forward here. If there's anything Source wants to share with us about what that looks like and feels like. Okay. So I pulled 3 cards. Oh my, we have the 8 of Wands. Hey, Wands, Wands, Wands. And I have the Star. And I have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So moving forward with this person, our Source is saying, make sure you're leaning into the universe. Make sure that you're leaning into Source, that you're just leaning in. This shouldn't feel like a whole bunch of hard work. This is something where things are really going to take over for themselves. And that's beautiful because the Source is sort of saying it's going to take over for itself either way. If you trust and you experience life and you lean into being your most lit up self and you let yourself be your most vibrant, wonderful self, and you really follow your path and you get that creative feminine energy on, and if you just lean in to the relationship aspect of everything, of the romantic aspect, the Source is taking you where you want to go. that you're going to get there. And the important thing is to know what it is you want for yourself so that the stream is taking you to the right destination. But once you're in the stream, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And what that means is if this person is not for you, then and it's going to dim you down and make you be less than who you are and turn you into somebody who feels like everything is unfair, then that's not your person, and it's going to take you to your person and take you away from this person. If this is your person, you get to trust that you're just flowing right towards them, and that doing all of those things is actually going to bring you closer to this person in a bigger way. The beautiful thing about this card is that it happens very quickly. It's a very fast moving card. It's very, very quick. But there's a really big element of trust. There's a really big element of lean in, a really big element of, I don't chase, I attract. And you can make that your mantra for right now. And I don't always say that. The cards don't always say that to me. I don't think that's always a mantra for everyone all the time. Sometimes the cards are saying, take action, go after it. And that, is saying, okay, no, you can let yourself really just lean in. The star pops up, so source is also telling me that you need to take care of yourself. That should always be priority number one right now, that you, and probably forever and for the rest of your life. It's that thing, you don't put your face mask on first, you can't help anybody else put their face mask on. It is the same thing, that you need to be filling your cup. You need to make sure that you are taking care of you and that you are not just giving to other people only. It must be that you are feeding and giving to yourself. Self-love, self-care, taking care of yourself, and letting yourself be who you are. And that is an element of taking care of yourself, is giving yourself permission to be yourself, but championing yourself to be yourself. And that means taking your own back, even if other people don't appreciate, like, or support who you are, that doesn't actually matter. Who cares? They don't have to live with you for the rest of your life. You do. So you get to say, I'm the one that I want to live with. So thank goodness. I'm so glad it's me and not you. Yay. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So this is telling me that you might also find that I'm feeling a couple different things from this, but one thing that I'm really feeling from this is that you might find that it's easier to have patience with things than you thought. But not only that, but things might happen faster than you thought as soon as you give in to having patience. If you feel like you feel really rushed to do things, I feel rushed to have this relationship, I feel rushed to make a decision, I feel rushed to move into this aspect of my life, I feel rushed to make this transition, I have to go, I have to do, why isn't it happening already? If you feel a sort of impatience with life and with the process, this is Source is sort of saying, as soon as you give over and say, you know what, however long it takes is what it takes. Like, I'm in here to enjoy the ride and to, do my feminine creative stuff, to be lit on fire, to be in my best energy, to, wait to make any decisions that I need to wait. As soon as you really lean in to the patience of it, that like, hey, I understand that everything is growing. It's all growing in its own time, and my being impatient with a pumpkin while it's growing is not going to make the pumpkin ready to harvest any sooner. And as soon as you give in to that patience and that feeling of, I am content with this, I'm content with the pace that it's going, I'm content, then all of a sudden you'll realize that, wow, it's moving really fast. It sort of breaks through something and, oh, there's the pumpkin. Done. Got it. It's grown. Oh, let's put a pumpkin below. Let's put a pumpkin below as our emoji, just because I want to see a whole bunch of little pumpkins. I hope there's a pumpkin emoji. And no, I do not want to. I do not want a jack-o'-lantern. I want a pumpkin. And if there is not a pumpkin, then some other type of growing vegetable, a squash or something. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like this video. I appreciate it so much. And you know, I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you think of this. I want to hear what's going on in your life. I want to hear what resonates and what doesn't resonate. And I want a whole bunch of emojis and even just, hey, hi, just saying I love you. It's so good to, to spend some time with you. I just want to hear from you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Okay. Let's pull an oracle card to send you off because I don't want to send you off into your day without a teensy bit of oracle guidance. So we have a little bit of sacred guidance straight from the middle of our shuffled deck. We have expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and to go for them. And as a sacred symbol and sign of what you are being asked to transition to and to what you are doing right now and to where you are moving in the next few days, I would like to symbolically turn over our Queen of Wands into her upright position. For you, expand. Sit into it. This is yours. This is yours. I think you're going to go have an excellent week. And I can't wait to hear about it. Okay, off you go. I can't wait to see you again so very, very soon. Mia.